Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Some days you won't feel powerful. Some days you won't feel inspired. You'll just feel tired. But the fact that you still showed up, still tried, still chose not to quit, that matters. Growth doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it comes quietly, disguised as patience, discipline, and endurance. Every small effort you make today is shaping a stronger version of you tomorrow. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. You don't need to change your whole life in one moment. You just need to take the next right step. One good decision, one small improvement, one refusal to give up. Over time, those tiny steps become momentum. And momentum becomes transformation. What feels slow today will feel powerful when you look back. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Healing isn't linear. Success isn't instant. Some days moving forward looks like resting, reflecting, or simply surviving. And that is okay. You are not weak for moving slowly. You are strong for continuing despite the weight you carry. Never underestimate the courage it takes to keep going when no one is cheering for you. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. The world may not clap for your effort. No one may notice the discipline you're building in silence. But every habit you improve, every mindset you shift, every boundary you set is proof that you are evolving. You are becoming someone who doesn't quit easily. And that kind of growth is priceless. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Growth happens when you move anyway. When you act through fear, doubt, and exhaustion. Consistency beats intensity every time. Small actions done daily will always outperform big actions done once. Stay committed. Your future self is counting on you. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Comparison will try to steal your joy and make you feel behind, but your journey is unique. Your timing is different. What matters is that you are better than you were yesterday. Celebrate your small wins. They are evidence that you are learning, growing, and refusing to stay the same. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Like a seed buried underground, growth often happens where no one can see it. Long before results appear, roots are forming. Strength is developing. Patience is being built. Just because your progress is invisible right now doesn't mean it's not real. Trust the process. What you're building will show in time. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. There will be days when you feel stuck, lost, or discouraged. But even on those days, choosing not to quit is progress. Choosing to believe again is progress. Choosing discipline over excuses is progress. Every time you stand up after being knocked down, you move forward even if it doesn't feel like it. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. You are not failing, you are learning. Every setback is teaching you something. Every delay is preparing you. Life isn't punishing you, it's shaping you. Be patient with yourself. Growth takes time. And the fact that you're still trying means you're already further than you think. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. One day you'll look back at this season and realize it was building your strength, your resilience, and your character. The slow days didn't stop you, they trained you. As long as you don't quit, as long as you keep moving forward in any way you can, you are winning. Keep going. Your breakthrough is closer than it feels. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Some victories don't look impressive from the outside, but they carry deep meaning within. Getting up when you wanted to stay down. Trying again after disappointment. Choosing effort over excuses. These moments may seem ordinary, but they are powerful. They are proof that you are refusing to give up on yourself, even when the journey feels heavy. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. You are not meant to rush your becoming. Every lesson takes time to settle. Every dream takes patience to grow. When you move at your own pace, you build something solid, something that lasts. Slow movement forward is far better than standing still out of fear. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Some days, strength looks like continuing without clarity. It looks like effort without certainty. It looks like faith without evidence. And even when you don't see results right away, trust that every step is carrying you closer to the life you're working toward. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. You don't owe the world visible success overnight. Your journey is allowed to be quiet. You are allowed to grow privately. What matters most is that you are becoming more disciplined, more aware, and more committed than you were before. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Not every day will feel productive, but every day you choose resilience, you are winning. You are learning how to stand firm when motivation fades and how to move forward, even when confidence feels shaky. That skill alone will carry you far. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. You may feel like you're falling behind, but you are actually building endurance. Each challenge you face is shaping your character. Each delay is strengthening your patience. Nothing you're going through is wasted if you keep showing up. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Growth often happens when you're uncomfortable, when you're stretched, tested, and unsure. These moments are not signs to quit. They are signs that something new is forming within you. Stay with the process even when it feels unfamiliar. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. You are allowed to take breaks without giving up. You are allowed to slow down without losing direction. Rest does not erase progress, it supports it. What matters is that you keep choosing yourself, again and again. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. The discipline you're building today will protect you tomorrow. The habits you're forming now will open doors later. Even when it feels like nothing is changing, remember, internal growth always happens before external results. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. One day, you'll look back on this season and finally understand what it was doing to you. You'll see that it wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to shape you. Every quiet effort, every moment you chose discipline over comfort, every time you kept going without applause was building your foundation. You didn't waste time. You built strength. And that strength will carry you into everything that comes next. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Sometimes the journey feels slow, because life is teaching you something deeper than speed. It's teaching you patience, awareness, focus. These lessons don't arrive loudly, but they last longer. What you're learning now will protect you later. Stay present. This phase has purpose. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. You don't need confidence to move forward. You only need courage. Courage to try again. Courage to act without guarantees. Courage to keep showing up when fear whispers doubt in your ear. Each step you take despite uncertainty strengthens you in ways comfort never could. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. You are becoming someone who keeps promises to themselves. Someone who doesn't rely on motivation alone. Someone who understands discipline. That internal shift matters more than visible success. It's the difference between temporary wins and lasting growth. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Some seasons exist to slow you down so you can build endurance. Others exist to stretch your patience. This one may be doing both. Don't fight it. What feels like delay is actually preparation for something that requires strength. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. On the hardest days, simply choosing effort over surrender changes something inside you. Even when nothing improves on the outside, something is strengthening within. And that inner growth is what eventually changes everything. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. You are not behind, you are on your own timeline. Your path is different because your purpose is different. What's meant for you will not miss you. Trust the pace that's shaping you. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Growth isn't always exciting. Often it feels repetitive, uncomfortable, and uncertain. But those moments are where identity is built. You're becoming someone who can handle pressure without giving up. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. When you choose consistency over motivation, you create stability. Motivation fades, discipline remains, and discipline will carry you through moments when passion disappears. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Learning to move without validation is powerful. When you stop needing approval, you gain freedom. You start building for yourself, not for applause. That shift changes everything. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Imperfect effort still counts. Incomplete steps still matter. You don't need perfection, you need persistence. Keep moving, adjust as you go. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Every challenge is sharpening you. You are developing emotional strength, mental clarity, and self-trust. These are skills no one can take from you. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Repetition builds mastery. What feels ordinary today is laying the groundwork for excellence tomorrow. Stay consistent. It will pay off. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Notice how situations that once overwhelmed you no longer have the same power. That's growth. That's proof you're evolving. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Clarity doesn't come before movement, it comes because of it. Keep walking, even when the path feels unclear. Direction reveals itself through action. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Quiet discipline builds loud results. What you practice daily becomes who you are. Choose wisely. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Momentum doesn't require speed, only consistency. As long as you don't stop, you're moving forward. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you rewrite your story. Those choices shape your future more than talent ever will. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Results come and go, but character stays. And character is what sustains success when things get difficult. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Keep walking, keep learning, keep believing. The version of you being built right now will one day look back and say, "I'm glad I didn't quit." Progress is still progress, no matter how small. There are days when simply getting through the day is an achievement. Days when your strength is quiet and your courage is invisible. But surviving those moments, choosing not to give up when everything feels heavy, is shaping you in ways comfort never could. This phase is building resilience you will one day be proud of. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. You are learning how to stand on your own when motivation fades and encouragement is absent. That self-reliance is powerful. It teaches you that your strength doesn't depend on who believes in you, it depends on who you refuse to stop being. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. The slow days are not wasted days. They are days where patience is trained and discipline is tested. Every time you choose to continue instead of quit, you strengthen a mindset that will carry you through bigger battles ahead. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Sometimes growth feels uncomfortable because it requires you to let go of old habits, old versions of yourself, and old expectations. That discomfort is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that change is happening. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. You may not see results yet, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening. Roots grow before the tree is visible. Stay committed to the process, even when the evidence hasn't appeared. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. You are becoming mentally stronger, even if life feels emotionally exhausting. You are learning how to keep moving forward without needing everything to feel perfect. That ability will serve you for a lifetime. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. There is bravery in choosing effort when quitting would be easier. There is power in continuing when the path feels unclear. Those choices are quietly shaping your future. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. You don't have to prove your journey to anyone. What matters is that you know you're trying. That self-respect will become your confidence. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. Every lesson you're learning now is preparing you for a season where those lessons will be needed. Nothing you're going through is random. It's all building something within you. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. One day, you'll realize that the days you almost quit were the days that mattered most. They were the moments that defined your strength. Keep going. You are closer than you think.